interrupt you for a second, I'd like to have you come back. We'll do a whole show about Jim Jones, okay? And really give it some time. And, be prepared on that, a specific topic. But, I had the guy, the inheritance guy. I had him on the show. To tell you the truth, I wasn't that impressed with him. I had him on as soon as his book came out. He's talking about this great information. I really didn't hear what he had. But tell us, what did he have?
Well, he had, I don't know what he said on the show, but he ended up in the possession of this gold watch that was Kennedy's Cartier watch, 18-karat gold, that was on his left wrist when he was shot. It was given to him by Jackie Kennedy. And that along with we were talking about the gun design.
Yeah.
These people ordered mercury-filled projectiles, bullets, for this. And this is something that Corsican assassins and others use quite a bit, because especially when you have a high-velocity round, when it hits something, the bullet stops or slows down, and the mercury keeps going, and it explodes the bullet so that you can't trace the bullet, and it's certainly going to kill whoever's in there with all that mercury in there and all of that. Well, this was embedded in this watch. Mercury was embedded in this watch that was on his wrist.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know if this guy talked about this or not.
No, he didn't mention that whatsoever, no.
He might be one of these guys that just doesn't do too well. He's good with writing, but talking maybe might not be his thing.
Okay. I'll replay the interview for the audience.
That happens a lot with authors. But anyway, that watch ended up, it was embedded with mercury, and it came off his wrist in the Parkland Hospital. Nurse picked it up, gave it to hospital security, and it ended up with the Secret Service. And Robert Kennedy got a hold of it, and it ended up with a Secret Service agent who analyzed things like this and says, hey, there's mercury involved in this, or embedded in this thing. And the guy, I think his name was Bouch or something like that, but he let RFK know this, and he was suspicious about the assassination anyway, so he didn't report that the way it normally would be. He just told RFK about it and says, I got this watch, it's got mercury in it and all this. Oh, interesting. And this watch has this journey that ended up with to be with Fulton, and it didn't do him a whole lot of good because people wanted that watch, and he's a Canadian citizen, and they couldn't just do to him in Canada what they could have had he been in the United States. But his book is about the watch is the main character, and what happens on that. And it ended up in the hands of JFK or RFK Jr., who bought the watch from Fulton, and Fulton suspected that when Kennedy's plane went down, that watch might have been involved in that. And it's a fascinating book. That's the first book he ever wrote. And it's just absolutely incredible. But I forgot what your question was. It was
Oswald working for the Kennedys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he said that, and this, I tell you, Fulton, he's a sharp cookie. It might not have come out, but he is. And he provided evidence in that book that Oswald was undercover working for Robert and John F. Kennedy, and he was reporting to them, but the people that he had infiltrated, these assassins and drug dealers and all this stuff that were after Kennedy, they knew somebody on the inside was telling the Kennedys what was going on, and so they were looking for somebody, and so it limited how much he communicated with RFK. But when the thing of the assassination came up, it was presented to the Secret Service that there was going to be an event that was just like a dry run of an assassination attempt or something. It wouldn't be real. That would happen when Kennedy was in Dallas. And so they were, like the Dallas Police Department was told to just stand down on that because we're going to do something that is not real. So don't interfere with that. It's not real. Mm-hmm. And so what's his name there? Oswald. So Oswald thought that this was going to be a false flag thing, and it was a drill, so he didn't want to risk reporting that to Robert Kennedy. And so he didn't. And Oswald was under the understanding that's really what was going on. Was it in the Dallas Police Department, most of the Dallas Police, maybe not all of them, and a lot of the Secret Service. They were told, don't react. We're going to do something here, but it's just a dry run, to respond to an attempt at his life or something like that. We're practicing something.
Gotcha.
And then it went live.
So Robert,
okay.
We're just about out of time, okay? So we've been talking to Robert Kirkconnell about his book. The new book is called Macro-Social Evil in the Post-JFK Era. And the first book is called American Heart of Darkness, The Transformation of the American Republic, and he also has a blog talk radio show every Sunday night. But Robert Kirkconnell, what would you like to leave us with in the next few minutes?
I think what we started with is, we're with these things that we mentioned, and we had some examples of, we had the homeless, we had... some things are almost funny. Is that Jim Jones is the one that started the automatic payroll deposit where your check goes right to the bank, and he had done that just so that he could take people's Social Security checks and all that and cash them without them having it. And he said, "Well, these people are old. We don't want them robbed on the way to the bank or something like that." And so that's where that came from. And all of these things that we talked about, that we see, and this is in everyday life, the homeless, and all of these things that we talked about, our reality is not how that came about and what happened and why we are here now is all, propaganda. And what we believe is largely not real as a society. And this is in doing that and convincing people that they're actually free while you're doing it. This is just incredible that we have this, and I probably will leave it with that our reality. Everybody needs to take a second look at all of this stuff from politics. And some of these books that we talked about need to be read. I
want to thank you for coming back a third time and putting up with me, and also too for your referral to your friend there, Brian Wilson, who came on the show, did a great show. And if you can hook me up with any of these authors that you just mentioned, if they're still alive and doing interviews, I'd love you to hand over their contact information if you could. Robert Kirkconnell, author of American Heart of Darkness, The Transformation of the American Republic into a Pathocracy. You could find him on Blog Talk Radio every Sunday night. And the new book is called Macro-Social Evil and the Post-JFK Era. Robert Kirkconnell. Thank you, Robert Kirkconnell. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
Good night. And now a word from our sponsors. EmailRevealer.com. People ask me all the time, hey, Ed, are you still a private investigator? I sure am. Go to emailrevealer.com. We handle adoption investigations, infidelity investigations, where you give us your spouse's email address. We trace it back to online dating websites, catch them cheating online. Email tracing, locate or identify somebody from as little as an anonymous email address. Emailrevealer.com. Digital forensics, computer forensics, cell phone forensics, recover deleted text messages. Create a report that you can use in court. Emailrevealer.com, 800-572-9762. The Opperman Report is brought to you by Aquadam.net. You can give them a call at 707-764-2119. A flooded home is never easy to deal with. You're left with the mess to clean up, the insurance companies to deal with, and not to mention all the memories, the precious memories that are lost in the flood. You can never replace those. And Aquadam can be a tool in your arsenal to protect your home and property from the floodwaters. The cofferdam is filled with water to control water and is reusable as long as it's taken care of. It can protect your home or business from rising floodwaters like a dam, but without the beavers. It can also be used in construction. If you need an area to be dewatered, an Aquadam can do the job. An Aquadam was used at SeaWorld in Orlando for the Mako roller coaster ride during the coaster's construction by dewatering the work area. An Aquadam is now dewatering the work area at San Antonio SeaWorld for their newest roller coaster ride. An Aquadam has been used in many construction projects all around the U.S. and all around the world. Now give Aquadam a call, 707-764-2119. You can look them up online at aquadam.net. You can find them on Facebook at Aquadam Inc. You call them up, you email them, you tell them Ed Opperman sent you, and they're going to take 10% off the price. Aquadam.net, 707-764-2119.
Have you ever thought about opening your own mobile cart or kiosk business? Maybe the facility you manage could establish new revenue by adding coffee, food, or retail services. Cart King International can be the answer to your needs. Cart King is a North American designer and manufacturer of the finest mobile coffee, food, and retail carts and kiosks. Cart King has been working with clients and corporations across North America for 20 years, providing innovative designs, custom manufacturing, and timely delivery. Carts and kiosks are fun, and so are the dozens of designs on our website. Please visit us today at www.cart-king.com or just call us at 1-877-986-7771 and get your sales rolling.
If you find yourself in need of legal representation, it can be a very stressful time in your life. In my career, I have dealt with thousands of lawyers, I've dealt with thousands of law firms, and I can confidently recommend to you Keith M. Davidson at kmdlaw.com. Available 24 hours, 7 days a week. Just log into kmdlaw.com. That's kmdlaw.com. Or you can call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. That's 833-4KMD-LAW. Personal injury, wrongful death, STDs, sexual assault, car accidents. They handle it all efficiently and professionally. It doesn't matter how imposing the opposition may be, because the team at kmdlaw.com are battle-tested and fierce. They will not stop until justice prevails. Go to kmdlaw.com or call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. If you're in for the fight of your life, stop screwing around and contact KMD Law. PureSoapFlakes.com, 218-568-2525. Have you ever heard of Castile Soap? Pure Soap Flake Company handcrafts fine soap bars, laundry powder, and concentrated soap flakes using organic vegetable oils from their northern Minnesota facility. Bathe your body and wash your clothes with Pure Soap products that are free of fragrance, GMOs, palm oil, sodium lauryl sulfate, and synthetic additives. Keep it clean, folks. Pure Soap Flake Company products are kind to living creatures and sensitive skin, safe for drains and waterways, and work great in high-efficiency washers and top and front-loading machines. They have a little promotion going on. Contact them to order some soap. Mention the Opperman Report. You're going to get a free gift. They're going to send a little extra soap, travel size, soap bars and laundry soap, cleaning soap flakes. I've been using that stuff all day long today. Great stuff. Order today at puresoapflakes.com or give them a call, 218-568-2525, 218-568-2525. Pure Soap Flake Company is a proud member of the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild.
Are you ready to change your life, but don't know how to start? Is your stress and worries keeping you awake at night? Have you been battling grief, anxiety, or depression all alone? Have you lost touch with your own sense of being or spirituality? Soul Free Therapies offers professional and affordable live video streaming counseling and coaching services from the comfort of your own home. Sessions offered in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Go to our website at www.soul-free.com and book your first session